Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. It's a big schus to be learning together. B'siyata d'shmaya. Mishacharav beis Hamikdash. Ein lo lakadosh baruch hu ba'olam el har b'hamus shel halacha bilvad. We're zeicha mirtz Hashem to be osek in the har b'hamus of halacha, which is the substitute, the best substitute we have for the beis Hamikdash. We're going to be learning talk about Kedushas makom Hamikdash ve'haaretz Bizman Hazeh, and it should be a schus for Gil Shoshana bas Necha Gittel and Simcha ben Necha Gittel and Chana Liba bas Necha Gittel and Adina bas Sheva bas Necha Gittel, Reb Gil Amir ben Penina, Reb Ram Shraga ben Malka Esther, Reb Eliezer Ze'ev ben Dvora, Reb Ari ben Dvora, Brachavat Tzlacha b'chol Maaseh Yedeim. This year is based on an ashir of Hagon Reb Ariab Ozer Shlita. The Rambam writes in the sixth parak of Hilchos Beis Bechira, the famous Rambam parak pasuk halacha tesvav to Zayin. Makrivin afal pisha ein bayis bane. We bring karbanos even though the Beis Hamikdash is not built. We're still allowed to bring karbanos. V'ochim kodshe kodshim b'chol ha'azara. We're allowed to eat holy sacrificial meat and all of the azara. Afal pisha hichareva, even though she is destroyed. V'ochim kodshim kalam u'maiser sheni b'chol Yerushalayim, and we eat kodshim kalam and maiser sheni in all of Yerushalayim. Afal pisha ein sham chomos, even though there are no walls there. Shekidusha rishona shekidei Shlomo kitsha l'shaita v'kitsha la'asid lava. That the kedusha of Shlomo that he made is l'shaita for that time and forever. Shelo kedusha shar Eretz Yisrael, unlike the kedusha of the rest of Eretz Yisrael, l'nyin shvius u'maisris shekedusha rishona shekidei Yeshua loy kitsha la'asid lavoi. Lefi shekedushas Hamikdash v'Yerushalayim mipnei hashchina v'shchina eina b'teila. Because this is not like the kedusha of the rest of Eretz Yisrael with respect to Shvius and Maisris, because kedusha rishona that Yehoshua was mekadesh was not la'asid lavo, because kedushas Hamikdash in Yerushalayim is because of the shchina, and the shchina is never b'teila. So the rest of Eretz Yisrael, the kedusha is batal. But in Yerushalayim, in the Beis Hamikdash, Makom Hamikdash, it's not batal because that's al Shechina. The Ravid is cholek, and he writes that Kedushas Hamikdash for Yerushalayim is b'teila achar churban, and not only that, even according to the Tanoim, who hold that Kedusha Shnia Kitsha La'asid Lavo, that's Dafka B'shar Eretz Yisrael, but Yerushalayim and the Mikdash not, because Ezra was only Mekadesh them l'shaita. And therefore, if somebody goes into the Mikdash now, even though we're Tmei Mesim, nevertheless, Ein Bo Kares. There's no Kares, because the Kedusha of Makom HaMikdash was Batal. This is the Rakanta Machlokes between the Rambam and the Ravid. It emerges then that according to both the Rambam and the Ravid, Kedushas Eretz Yisrael and Kedushas HaMikdash are not dependent one on the other, like Tosas explains, Zvachim Samach Aleph Shuas Tezayin Ve'od, that it could be that Kedushas Eretz Yisrael is not B'teila, and Kedushas HaMikdash is B'teila, and that's like the das of the Ravid, that even according to those Tanaim and Amoraim, that Kedusha Shni in the time of Ezra of Eretz Yisrael, that they were Mekadesh Eretz Yisrael, is not Batal, but Kedushas HaMikdash is B'teila. For the Rambam, it's fakert, that even though Kedusha Rishon of Eretz Yisrael Shivimei Yoshua was Batal, Kishabatal HaKibush, after they lost out in the Kibush, it was recaptured by the Goyim. Kedushas Eretz Yisrael is Batal, but Kedushas HaMikdash lo Batla. Kedushas HaMikdash wasn't Batal, and that's why Ezra did that. Then the reason Ezra did Keseder HaKidush, he did it L'Zikaron. But it wasn't a Miskadesh B'Maisav, as we read about in the Navi. There was no Melech, there was no Urim V'Tumim. It was already Miskadesh B'Kedusha Rishona Shekidei Shlomo Hazara V'Yerushalayim L'Shaitin or La'asid Lavo, as the Rambam writes there in Halacha Yudal Das HaRambam, that Kedusha Shnia, that Ezra is Mekadesh Eretz Yisrael, wasn't B'teila, and it emerges that L'das HaRambam, both Kedushas still exist. Kedushas Yerushalayim in the Mikdash Mikoach Kedusha Shekidei Shlomo, for Kedushas Eretz Yisrael Mikoach Kedusha Shnia, that Ezra was Mekadesh. Lehalacha, the Magen Avram, Tavkov Samach Aleph was Makayim Divrei HaRambam, that Kedushas HaMikdash lo b'teila le'olam, And so holds Tosfos, Sefer Trumas, and Aguda Likutei Halachos of the Chofetz Chaim in Zvachim Perak Ashochet V'Amala on page 231. He brings from a number of Rishonim like this, like the Rambam's Shita, that Kedushas Hamikdash Lo B'Tei L'Olam Das HaRavid is a De'ah Yichida'it. Look also in the Tshuvas Binyan Sion in the first Simanim, and also in Moreno Hagain Rav Avram Yitzchak Kohen Cook in the Mishpat Kohen in Siman Tzadi Vav. And therefore, if somebody goes in now to the Makom HaMikdash who omed ba'onish karet, like the Rambam, and now like the Ravid we said is a Das Yachid, and therefore there is kares, like Reb David Karliner, the great Goyin Reb David Karliner was marich b'kuntrus Drishas Tzion v'Yerushalayim to aser the Knisa to Har HaBayis mishum safek iser kares. Recently, a certain prime minister was matir the Chavrei Knesset. He removed the iser of Chavrei Knesset from going up to the Har. Apparently, he didn't know that the Ravid is only a Das Yachid. Okay, he's busy with other things. He can't know everything. It's meduyuk in the Ravid. Hanichnas sham'ata eino b'kares, but nevertheless, there's still an Isser Daraisa, just as no Onish Kares. However, the Meiri in Shavuos Tezayin was mitzaded al pi haravid she'ein isur knisa lemakom hamikdash. There's not even an Isser. It's not clear if he's learning Pshat in the Ravid like that, or it's his own Shita. And with that, he explained the minig of those who go there, even Bizman Hazeh, because there is Soymech al Das HaRavid to Milamit Tzchus, and those who go up to the Har today, even though it's against Rov Kachol Gedolei Yisrael, they hold that they know where Har HaBayis actually starts, where the Kedushas starts. Where, the Kedusha of the Makom HaMikdash starts. And therefore, they are, that's their claim, and they go to mikveh beforehand. But again, Rov Kachol Gedolei Yisrael answered it. So, I personally, of course, don't go up. And I encourage others not to also, if I can. We will continue. But Diktuk Lashon HaRavid, in fact, is Meireh Sheyesh Isser B'Davar, because the Ravid says that if you're nichnas now, there's no kares, so it's mashma, but there is an Isser Daraisa. But we have to understand, in Batla Kedushas Hamikdash, how can we aser Knisa L'Tmeim? If it's not batul, we understand why Tmeim aren't allowed to go up. But if it is batul, then how are Tmeim allowed to go in there? Allowed to go to the Makom HaMikdash? We're all Tmei Meis. So how? That's if there's still Kedusha, then we're not allowed to go up there. But if there's no Kedusha, then how can you answer it? There's no Kedusha. So we have to understand the Ravid Mimanavshach. If he holds that there's no Kedusha, then why does he answer it? And if he holds that there is Kedusha, then why does he take away? But he doesn't hold that way. But he wants to find the middle ground, apparently, and say that there's no Karis, but there is an Isser Daraisa. How can you answer it Daraisa if there's no more Kedusha there? Rambam writes, Perek Zayin Halacha Zayin, that even though the Mikdash Hayom Chorev B'avonoseinu, Chayav Adam B'moro, K'moshe Haya Noeg Bo, B'vinyano. Even though the Mikdash was destroyed in our Avonos, a person has to have Mora Mikdash, just like he was Noeg Mora Mikdash when the base of Mikdash was still Geboit, when it was still built. Lo yikanes el hamakom shemutar likanes l'sham. You're only allowed to go up to the place that you're allowed to go to. V'lo yeshev b'ad zara, v'lo yelko rosh kineged shara mizrach. Shneimar es shabsosai tishmoru mikdashi tiro. Mashmir Shabbos lo'olam afmar mikdash lo'olam. Sha'af al pi shecharav b'kedushas so'olmeid. So, there is going to be more mikdash. You're only allowed to go where you're allowed to go. Person is not allowed to sit in the Azara, even if he could remove his Tumas Mace He's not allowed to sit in the Azar. He's not allowed to be Mekel Rosh. Opposite it says it's Shepsosai Tishmor Mikdashi Tiro. Just like Shemir Shabbos is Lo'olam, so tomorrow Mikdash is Lo'olam. And even though it's destroyed, it still has its Kedushas. So Pshat Divrei Rambam is teaching us that he's Lishitaso, that since Kedushas Hamikdash is Kayem is Gam B'Churbano, therefore the Chiyuv of Mora Mikdash is also Le'olam. And there are those who say that Ladas HaRaivid, that Kedushas HaMikdash, Batla B'Churbano, there's no mitzvah of Mora Mikdash, Bimkom HaMikdash, Bizman Hazeh, Al Kol Panim, Lo Midoi Raisa. That's the Kiryas Sefer in Hilchos Beis HaBechira in Perek Zayin, and so learn the Minchas Chinuch in Reish and Dalet. However, Mistimas Divrei HaRaivid, that he wasn't masig on the Rambam, maybe we can learn that he doesn't argue with the Rambam, and he also holds there's a din of Mora Mikdash, Bizman Hazeh, even though it's not Muchrach, because we find certain places that the Raivid doesn't argue with the Rambam, even though he doesn't agree with the Rambam. Nevertheless, Pashta, the Milsa, is that Shtikasoi Moire Al Hoida Oso, and Memela, since his Shtika is Mora on his Hoda, since his Shtika is Mora on his Hoda, L'chora, the Raivid is maskim that there is a mitzvah of Mora Mikdash even Bizman Hazeh. And the Gemara darshans from a hekesh of Mikdash to Shabbos of Mora Mikdash, and we'd rather not be Mamid this drasha only according to the Mandi Omer that Kitcha Shaita Lasid Lavo. Even if you hold it's not Kitcha Lasid Lavo, we can make the drasha according to everybody, even according to the Mandi Omer. Lo Kitcha Lasid Lavo, as we're going to explain. There's a machlokes between Rashi, Zvachim Kuf Yotes, and Tosfos, and Daf Samech, Megillah Daf Yud, Yavamas Pei Beis, Merab Chaim Kohen. If what we learn in Yavamas Kuf Yud Beis, Amud Beis, that Mishebo Yerushalayim Nesru Habamos, that when they came to Yerushalayim, the Bamos were answered, and no longer was there a heter to build a bama, to build their own private altar. And this is only, there's a machlokes, if this is only Lemandi Amar Kitchari Kedusha Rishona Kitchel Shaitu Lasid Lavo, but according to the Mandi Amar Lo Kitchel Lasid Lavo, Bamos are mutaros, just like they were mutar after Shiloh was destroyed, because the Kedusha was Betela. Min hamakom hahu. That's the opinion of Rashi, that after the destruction of Yerushalayim, they are allowed to build bamas, or no. In any event, like Tosas holds, bamos asuros lachar shabo Yerushalayim. And the explanation of the reason of this shita, we can say based on the Brisker Rav in a letter at the end of his Sefer on the Rambam and Daf Pei Aleph, that there are two inyanim in the Mikdash. There's Bechiras Hamakom and there's Kedushas Hamakom. And he showed al Pia Rambam Ve'od that David HaMelech, when he bought from Arnon HaYavusi, he bought the Goren from Arnon HaYavusi al Pi HaNavi, and he built the Mizbeach there. And he said, Zehu Beis Hashem, Divrei Hayamim, Aleph Perek Chav Beis. Look in the Rambam in Beis HaBechira Aleph Gimel. There was a din bechira al hamakom hazeh le'olam, and from that time on, ne'asar livnot bayit lashem b'chol makom acher. From this time on, after the bechira of Yerushalayim, of this makom, you're now allowed to build a bayis lashem anywhere else besides in Yerushalayim and Mount Moriah, Hara Moriah. However, Kedushas Hamakom was made al Yedei Shlomo HaMelech when he built the Bayis and the Azara. So we have Bechiras Hamakom, which is by David HaMelech, and then we have Kedushas Hamakom by Shlomo HaMelech when he built the Bayis and the Azara. That's Das HaRambam Perek Vav Halacha Yudalet. Das Tosas is different. David was Makadish the Azara, but the Brisker Rav is going with the Rambam. That's why you get you're a salaried worker for Brisk if you go with the Rambam, right? How do you go off the Rambam? So according to this, the Rav answered the stira that Tosas asks. That in the Gemara it says that David was Mekadesh the Ritzpah, and in Zvachim Daf Samach it's Mavur that in Chav Dalet it's Mavur that David was Mekadesh the Ritzpah, and in Zvachim Samach it's Mavur that Shlomo HaMelech was Mekadesh the Mikdash. So how do you figure? So answers the Brisker Rav that the Bechira was Al Yidei David Al Pigad Navi, and the Kedusha was Niskach Al Yidei Shlomo. And according to the Brisker Rav, we understand the Rambam that at the beginning of Hilchos Beis HaBechira, the Rambam writes, Mitzvah Esei Livnos Bayis Lashem Shenemar Vesuli Mikdash. And at the beginning of Hilchos Malachim, the Rambam writes that 3 mitzvahs were commanded to the Jewish people when they went into Eretz Yisrael to appoint a king, etc., to destroy Amalek, etc., and to build the Beis HaBechira, Shenemar L'Shechno Sidru Shuvasa Shama, and the Lechem Mishnah, and everybody else in their aunt Henny was Oimed on the Shaila. Why does the Rambam bring 2 different Makoros? To teach us the mitzvah of B'niyas Hamikdash. One is L'Shechno Tidru Shuvasa Shama, one is Vasul Mikdash Shechanti B'Soicham. What do you need 2 different Makoros for? But the answer is the famous rule in real estate. Location, location, location. You have to see where they're written. What is this that it says, Shalosh mitzvahs nitztavu Yisrael b'shnas kisasam laretz? So I understand Hamadas Melech v'achorz zara shel Amalek. It's mefurish b'ksuvim that's only after their Yeresh ha'aretz v'yeshvu ba. But mitzvahs b'niyas hamikdash, they were already mitztave in the midbar, as it says v'asu li mikdash. So how can you say that it's only when they get into Eretz Yisrael? Rather, the mitzvah of B'niyas Mikdash l'chud and the mitzvah livnoisei b'makom hanivchar l'chud. B'midbar nitztavu al etzem asiyas hamikdash. In the midbar, they were commanded just to make a mikdash, but there was not chosen a specific place. But only after Yerusha v'yeshiva, it says, Ki ela makomach sheyivchar Hashem Elokeichem mikol shavteichem lasum es shemo sham l'shichnoi sidrishu uvasa shama. So that's after Yivchar Hashem. That's the magar to build a Beis HaBechira. In other words, build a bayis b'makom hanivchar, in the eternal capital of the Jewish people, what they call today. So that is what the Rambam was talking about in the beginning of Beis HaBechira, beginning of Malachim. Excuse me, would be better if it was Beis HaBechira. But Hilchos Malachim, the Rambam was talking about Beis HaBechira. That's the Makom HaNivchar. They have to build it specifically in that place. And in Hilchos Malachim, the Rambam was talking about the general Vasuli Mikdash, the general mitzvah of Kedushas Hamikdash, Vasuli Mikdash, V'shachanti B'Soicham. So those are the 2 different Makoros. It's Kedusha, that you have to have a holy place, and then Beis HaBechira, in where is that holy place going to be? In the chosen place. 2 Makoros. So if so, we understand that the Isser Bamos, after they came to Yerushalayim, is Talui B'Bechiras Oisei Makom, and it's not Talui B'Kedushas HaMakom Dafka. And so it emerges from Pshuta Shel Mikra at the beginning of Parashas Re'eh, that was Minamek, that explained the Heter Habamos B'Knisasam La'aretz, with that they haven't yet come El HaMinucha ve'el HaNachala. They haven't yet come El HaMinucha ve'el HaNachala, and the place was not chosen yet, Asher Yishakein Hashem Shemo Sham, that Hashem's name is going to dwell there, His holiness is going to dwell there. The place wasn't yet chosen, and therefore you're allowed to have bamas. But once the place is chosen, then you can no longer have bamas. It's not totally in Kedushas HaMakom, it's talui in B'chiras HaMakom. And so is Mizbar Midivrei HaMechilta at the beginning of Parashas Bo. Ad shelo nivchar Eretz Yisrael, all our ratzos were ksheros ledibros. We've had a lot of shiurim on this over the years. I hope you're following all of them. There are about 4,000, but I know I've heard all of them. So I see reasons why other people would not have, but what can I do? I hope people do. I'll call upon him. Before it says in the Mechilta that Ad shelo nivchar Eretz Yisrael, all our ratzos were ksheros ledibros ledvar Hashem lenevua. Misha nivchar Eretz Yisrael yatsu kol haratzos. Now Eretz Yisrael is the chosen. Ad shelo nivchara Yerushalayim, all Eretz Yisrael was ksher lemizbechos. Misha nivcha Yerushalayim yatzas Eretz Yisrael, then Eretz Yisrael is no longer kosher lemizbechos, only Yerushalayim. As it says, Yisham l'chem pet ha'alel l'secha b'chol makom asher tirah. No. Kim b'makom asher yivchar, you're only allowed to bring your olos in the chosen place. Ad shelo nivchar Beis Olamim ois Yerushalayim rui l'shchina. Before the Beis Olamim was chosen, all of Yerushalayim was roi l'shchina. But mishenivchar Beis Olamim, but after the Beis Olamim was chosen, in other words, the Makom Hamikdash, Yatzas Yerushalayim, Yerushalayim is no longer able to be the Makom Hamikdash. Shenamar ki bochar Hashem b'tzion. V'omer zos menuchasi adei ad. This is my place of menucha. And then it says weiter, before Aaron was chosen, all Jews were kosher l'kuna, mishenivchar Aaron yatzu kol Yisrael, ad shenivchar David, all Jews were kosher l'malchus, after David was chosen, yatzu kol Yisrael. So we see mefurish that the bechira is what's motzi other makomos mehakrava. Just like Eretz Yisrael was motzi all other rutzes for Dibur, for Dvar Hashem, for Nevuah. David, we're not talking about a chalois kiddush, we're talking about bechira. That's the mahus of bechira, that it's misayim, it's mavdil, it sets it apart from all of the others. We've also had shiurim about Malchus Beis David. It's one of my favorite topics. I have a shvachkeit, a weakness for learning about Inyane Mikdash, Yerushalayim, and Malchus Beis David. So the Bechira is what makes it chosen, and that's why Isser Bamos come after they came to Yerushalayim, and Yerushalayim was chosen. And so is Meduktuk Beperish HaMishnah La Rambam, Megillah Daf Tes, that the Isser Bamos emerges from Bechiras Yerushalayim and shows Meduktuk L'shono Bilchus Yisodei HaTorah, Perik Tes Halacha Gimel, Gagon Eliyahu Bahar HaKarmel, Shehikriv Oila B'chutz, V'Yerushalayim Nivcheres Lekach, V'Amakriv B'chutz Chayev Korei. So again, it's because Yerushalayim was Nivchar. So the Isser Bamos comes from the time Yerushalayim was chosen, not from the time Yerushalayim was sanctified, and the chosenness is eternal. Jerusalem, the eternal capital of the Jewish people, Birat HaNetzach Shel Am HaYehudi. And that's what it is. That's what it is. And Memela, since Yerushalayim is so chosen, doesn't matter that the Kedusha went, even if you hold the Kedusha went away, but you can no longer build Bamos. The Rambam Perak Aleph Milchas Bechira Halacha Gimel Paskins that the Isser Bamos is Noeg La'olam even Bizman Hazeh. The Ravid wasn't Masig, and even though the Ravid holds that Kedushas Hamikdash v'Yerushalayim B'Teila Bizman Hazeh, he still holds that the Isser Bamos is forever, even Bizman Hazeh. So it's Much that he holds, like the opinion of Reb Chaim Cohen that we mentioned, that Kedusha L'chud u'Bechira L'chud, and the Isser Bamos is Talui B'Bechira of the place, and that is not Batel Le'olam. So in this light, we can say, says Hagoin, Rav Ariyav Ozer Shlita, that the mitzvah of Moira Mikdash is also Talui B'Bechiras HaMakom, V'lav Dafka B'Kedushas B'Foal, because the Meiri writes in Yevamas Daf Vav, and in Brachas Daf Samach Aleph, that the mitzvah of Moira Midoiraisa is only b'makom hamikdash. But going in b'makel, with your walking stick and with your shoes, on the rest of the mountain, not in the actual makom hamikdash, that is only midirabanan. But mipshat divrei Rambam, Beis HaBechira Perek Zayin, it would appear that the mitzvah of Mora is Shayich B'chol Hahar, because when he writes mitzvahs essay Liyira Min HaMikdash Shenemar Umikdashi Tiro, he brings Biur HaMitzvah. What is Yira? Lo Yikanis Adam LaHarabayis, not only Makom HaMikdash, but even Harabayis, B'maklo, with his walking stick, or minnow, with his shoes, etc. Vein tzarich lo mashas lark b'chol harabayis, now let us spit on harabayis chas v'shalom. Lo es harabayis der shikanis mi pesach v'yatzim pesach shekenegda. You're now allowed to make it so you can go in one way, go out the other way, to make it convenient to pass through there. So Pshat Advarim teaches us that all of these dinim of Moira Mikdash apply equally to harabayis as they do to the actual Makom HaMikdash, and so learn Hasraf Hagoin Bal Avnei Nezer in Yeridea Siman Tafnun Ois Yudalet Al Pi Mashmos HaGemara, as Harav Yosef ben Arza points out, that all of these dinim are deoraisa, even b'chol har, because that's how he explains the ikar mitzvah of Mora. And we can explain the reason. The har is not a mikdash, so why is there Mora mikdash? But since the whole har was chosen, lios roy livnos bo habayis, like the Rambam writes, Beis HaBechira Vav Yud, Yeshlam Limshoch Hazara Adamokim Sheyirtzu Mehar Habayis, Mashma Lo Michutza Lo. It's mashma only in the makom of har habayis they're allowed to be mamshich the azar, and not outside. That the whole har and that alone was chosen for hashroas hashchina, and therefore the mitzvah of Mora is bechol oso hamakom hanivchar, that whole chosen place, because that's where the bayis is roi to be built. Even though before it wasn't miskadesh kulo b'kedushas hamikdash, because mitzvahs Mora is tluya bebechiras hamakom ubira'iyuto lihiyot kodesh, and whether it's roi to be kodesh and not kedusha befoal. The Heilige, or Sameach, writes there in the Rambam, and his Osaf Shebesov Sefer Zmanim, and in the Meshech Chacham and the Maftir of the Haftarah of Tetzaveh, and the beginning of Parshas Naso. So he shows a number of Makoros L'divrei HaRambam that Ein Rishus Laharchi Ba'azoros Michutz Lahar. It says Bahar Hashem Yeroeh. Ubetargim bahar nachaloscha mikdash Hashem konenu yadecha betura deachasantach asar miskin lebeis shchintach. So in the mountain of your inheritance, the place that's prepared for the Beis Shechina. So not only the Makom HaMikdash, but the whole mountain is prepared for the Beis Shechina. Bahar Hashem Yeirah, the whole holy mountain. So too in the Medrash, Shmos Rabba Bo Tesvav, it says, Imein Ata Nosein Li Beis HaMikdash Tav Kufam Al Tav Kufam Lo Nasata Li Klum. So this is the Midas Shetach of the whole Har. So we see that the whole Har could be Miskadesh B'Kedushas HaMikdash, but not outside the Har. There's a tzad in the Yerushalmi that mitzvahs riyas panim is miskayemes in the entire har. And we understand very well, according to this, that hamakom hanivchar hu hahar, v'hamitzvah hi livnos habayis b'makom hahar. Like the Or Sameach brings, miluim shebesov sefer Amadeh hilchos Beis HaBechira. Another makor for the Rambam from the Mechilta, Ad shelo nivchar beis olamim, that we mentioned earlier, Haya Yerushalayim roi l'shchina, mishenivchar beis olam yatzis Yerushalayim k'never ki baruch Hashem b'tzion. And what's Tzion? Tzion is the har. Vayivchar, etc. It's har Tzion asher oiv. So Makom HaBechira is the har kulo. The Yereim says that there are dinim mesuyamim that were said in the Mikdash that were also said in the Har, in Shinayin Vav, like Isnun Tiyas 8, was said about the whole Har. And also, it says, Hakol B'Ksav, Miyad Hashem Alai Hiskil, that's also B'chol Har, that has to be Al Pi Navi, V'Ein L'Shanos, look at Reb David Rappaport in the Mikdash David and Simon Chav Zayin. So we can say, therefore, that mitzvahs Mora Mikdash exists Dairaisa B'chol Har, B'Toiras HaMakom HaNivchor LeHashroas HaShchina. And a big raya for this is Bracha Samach Beis Amid Beis Lo Yikanes LaHar HaBayis B'Min Olo is learned from the pasuk Shalom Lechem Araglecha that was said at the Sneh And there, it's not als the din of the Mikdash, but rather als din of Hashuras Hashchina, which includes the Har. So we can say that even though, according to the Ravid, that Kedushas HaMikdash is B'Teila B'Churbano, the essay of Mora Mikdash is Kayam because of B'chiras HaMakom, and it's Roy LaHashuras Hashchina. And this B'chira is Kayemes Le'olmei Olamim. And that's why there's an Isser Bamos Bizman Hazeh, and that's why there's an Isser of Mora Mikdash Bizman Hazeh, and that's why it's B'chol Shetach HaHar, because the entire area of the mountain is Roi Le Beis HaMikdash. And so concludes the Heilige Minchas Chinuch, Reish Nun Dalid, that it could be that also according to the Ravid there is a mitzvah of Moira Mikdash Midairaisa, B'makom HaMikdash, since Yerushalayim was chosen, and that's a Nachala Le'olmei Olamim, V'sham Yibana Habayis La'asid Lavo, and Azoyat Gezok Chazal, Zogin Chazal, Me'olam Lo'izaza Shchina Mikoisel HaMaharavi, Shir Shirim Rabba Beis, Midrash Tilim Yud Aleph. And that would mean that it still doesn't have the same level as it used to have, but it still has, even if you hold Kedushas B'Teila, but you can't say that there's nothing there. Even according to the Ravid, there's still something there. There's still a level of Kedusha there, there's still Shechina there, and we should be zocheh to see the binyan b'meher v'yameinu. Okay, so we have a lot more to do, sweet friends. This is a topic, a Welt's topic. I'm saying this is it is a mekif olamot, but we have a lot more to say. B'li neder b'siyata d'shmaya. Kodesh Baruch Hu should give us the koach, the moach, the financial means that we're completely totally in Hashem, our parnasa and our lives and our health and our ability to talk and our ability to understand and our ability to hear everything is totally in Hashem. So Kodesh Baruch Hu should give us all the faculties, and we should be zocheh lilmod u'lelamed lishmor v'las l'kaim is called divrei samu terasa b'ahava. Amen v'amen. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.